Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the laughter animals crawling underneath the camera. Thanks for joining. My name's Sam. So I'm going to be leading you through a 45-minute vinyasa flow. And we'll begin at the back of our mat in a comfortable child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch. Splay your knees out open wide. Sink your glutes towards your heels and crawl your fingertips long towards the top of your mat. Rest your forehead, your third eye center down. Gently massage it from side to side. Crawl your fingertips closer towards the mirror. Take an inhale, fill up your lungs. Open mouth, exhale. Just let everything go. This time with sealed lips, constricting the back of your throat, breathe in. With sealed lips, constricting the back of your throat, creating an oceanic sound, breathe out. This is our Ujjayi breath. We'll be using it throughout class today to cultivate heat inside our bodies. Slowly bring your palms together to touch. Bend your elbows, place your hands to the middle of your back or just below the nape of your neck for a gentle stretch. Option to massage your forehead, your third eye center, just rock it back and forth into the mat. I offer up the intention today of finding gratitude in your practice, in your life. Something that you can be grateful for. It can be something simple, something big, it doesn't matter. But think about what it is. Maybe it's just showing up here. And let that resonate with you. Let it guide you through these next 45 minutes. Slowly return your palms to the mat. Breathe in. Rise up. Breathe out, seal pose. Roll over your knees. Shine your heart. Open up your hip flexors. Then exhale, child's pose. Shift all the way back. Breathe in. Move back into seal. Shine your heart. Exhale back into child's. Take a few rounds here, moving at your own pace. Just opening up through our hip flexors. Here for 2 more rounds of breath, and we'll meet back in a child's pose. Coming back in a child's pose. Inhale, rise up to a tabletop position. Stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, send your right arm up high towards the sky. Option to take a few circles, arm circles. Open up into your right shoulder. Breathe in, re-extend. Breathe out, thread the needle. Right hand underneath your left wrist, right shoulder to the mat. Your left hand can crawl long towards the front. It can reach around to your right hip flexor for a half bind. Any movement that feels good for you. Slowly return your left palm underneath your left shoulder. Breathe in, open, twist, right arm up high. Breathe out, tabletop. Ground down into your right hand. Inhale, open, twist, left arm lifts. Maybe you make a few circles with your wrist, with your arm. Then breathe in, re-extend. Breathe out, thread the needle. Left hand, left arm behind your right wrist, left shoulder to the mat. Right hand can crawl long towards the mirror or reach around to your left hip flexor for that half bind. Either variation. Slowly return your right palm to the mat. Inhale, open, twist, re-extend your left arm. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward dog, hips pike high. First downward dog of class, pedal out your feet. Do your downward dog dance or simply find stillness if that's what your body's craving. Create space between all 10 fingers. Drive your heels closer towards the earth. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, step to the top of your mat, ragdoll pose. Feet hips width distance. Grab for the crooks of your elbows. Let your torso fall towards your thighs. Sway gently from side to side. Slowly release your hands to the mat. Dance your feet together to touch. On an inhale, roll all the way up, mountain pose. Reach your hands up high, rotate your pinkies in, soften your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in, grow 1 inch taller. Breathe out, side stretch to the right. Left arm reaches up and over, gaze up to your left hand or towards the sky. Lengthen through your left rib cage. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Right arm reaches up and over, gaze up towards your right arm. Stamp down into the outermost edges of your feet. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, micro back bend, cactus your arms, shine your heart, and push your pelvis forward. Breathe in, back to mountain. Breathe out, forward fold, hands go through heart center. Let your torso fall towards your thighs, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins or thighs, lengthen from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Breathe in. Breathe out, plant your palms, step back, high plank pose. Inhale, shift 1 inch forward. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows graze your rib cage. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the shoelace side of your feet. Shine your heart. We take one moment here. Option for a hip dip, drop your left hip, gaze over your right shoulder. Just really stretching out our core, then switch it out. Drop your right hip, gaze over your left shoulder. We come back to center, breathe in. Breathe out, down dog, roll over your toes, hips pike high. That's our sun A. We flow a breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, journey to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root to rise. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, micro back bend. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, urdhva mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog, adho mukha. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain pose, root to rise. Breathe out, side stretch to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, micro back bend. Breathe in, mountain. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Breathe out here. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, scorpion tail, right heel, left glute. Bend in and out of your right leg. Make circles with your knee. Open up into your hip flexor. Let it feel good. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose, dome through your spine. Inhale, fly your right leg high. Exhale, wide lunge. So your foot goes to the outside of your right hand this time. Push onto your left toes, send your left heel high towards the sky. Feel the fascia stretch to the middle of your foot. Keep your left knee lifted. Starfish your hands into the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out, wide leg, modified pyramid, lengthen through your front leg. Your back foot stays as is, your left heel will be lifted. Small micro bend in your front leg. One that I can't see, but you can feel. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend back into your right knee. We move just in and out. Bend and straighten for a few breaths here. Know that if this is uncomfortable, you can always just choose to hold one of the two postures. But by bending in and out, we're offering a little deeper stretch and we're really opening up into our right hip flexor. We meet back in a wide-legged lunge, so bend into your right knee. Inhale, side plank to the right, spin open. Right foot meets your left, pike your hips up high towards the ceiling. Starfish your left hand onto the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out, high plank, down dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, sweep it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, rise up. First time here, 90-degree bend in your right knee. Knit your ribs down and into your midline and tilt your pelvis up and underneath you. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior two, pivot towards the back wall. So you're gonna bend into your right knee. You can wiggle, move, and then find your stance. Gaze over your right fingertips. Keep your arms firm and strong. And rotate your front knee towards the front of the room to really open up through your right hip flexor. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, horse squat, sink it low. So first time here in horse, you're gonna bend your knees. Hands can come to your inner thighs. You can drop one shoulder and then the other, gazing over your opposite shoulder to just open up a little more into your hips. When you're ready, we'll meet back in a horse squat. Tilt your pelvis up and underneath you. Squeeze your glutes together. Shine your heart towards the back wall. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, warrior two to the daylight this time. So bend into your left knee. So just as we did on the right, but this time with our opposite leg. Press into the outside edge of your right foot. Send your feet to the opposite ends of your mat so your inner thighs activate and turn on. Lengthen from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up and back. Your legs stay as they are. Nice. Right hand can drape down the back of your right thigh. You can reach around to your left hip flexor for that half bind. Send both shoulders towards the back wall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Cartwheel your hands to frame your left foot. High to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. So we're moving in a mandala flow today. We'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. And what mandala means is that we're moving to all four corners of our mat. A constant ebb and flow. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, scorpion tail, left heel, right glute. Bend in and out of your left leg. Open up through your left hip flexor. Let it feel good. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose. Inhale, fly your left leg high. Exhale, wide-legged lunge, left foot to the outside of your left hand. So push onto your right toes. Send your right heel high towards the sky. Really opening up into our left hip flexor. Breathe in. Breathe out, wide-legged, modified pyramid. Left foot stays as is. You just lengthen through your left leg. Your right toes press into the mat. Your heel will be lifted. Small micro bend in your front leg. One that I can't see, but you can feel. And let your torso just fall heavy. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend back into your left knee, and this is where you bend and straighten a few times. Find your pace. You can move slow, you can move fast, you can hold one posture versus the other, whatever feels good in your body this morning. We'll meet back with a bend in our left knee. Then inhale, side plank pose to the left. Plant your right palm and shine your heart towards the front of the room. Your left hand reaches high towards the ceiling. Rainbow your hips upward. Breathe in. Breathe out. High plank, downward dog. This time we inhale our right leg high. Once again, we're moving on our right side. Exhale, low lunge, sweep it through. We're flowing this time since we know the postures. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, warrior two towards the front. So you're going to spin open, then inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, horse squat, we sink it low. Breathe in, back to star. Breathe out, warrior two towards the mirror. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Always the option for Ekapada. Nice, left foot hovers. Or you can opt out of Chaturanga altogether. Downward facing dog. This time we move on the left. So inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, sweep it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, rise up. Push off of your right toes. Send your right heel high towards the sky. Tilt your pelvis up and underneath you. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior two, pivot open to the front. First time here on the left side, you can bend in and out of your left leg. And then find your stance. Your left knee tracks on top of your left ankle. Your right foot parallels the short edge of your mat. Lengthen from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, horse squat, sink low. You can take your hands to your inner thighs for a second set of shoulder dips if that serves you. Or option to just hold your horse squat. Sink low, squeeze your glutes together. Tilt your pelvis up and underneath you. Your knees track on top of your ankles. Send them behind you towards the back wall to create more length and openness in your hips. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, warrior two towards the daylight. So bend into your right knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm reaches up and back. Left hand can drape down your back thigh. You can take that half bind to your front hip. Create space from your right hip flexor all the way to your right shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. High to low plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale your left leg high, flowing this time. Exhale, low lunge, sweep it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, rise up. Exhale, warrior two, pivot open. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, horse squat, sink low. Breathe in, back to star. Breathe out, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Back to our right side. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, sweep it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe in, star, burst open. Breathe out, horse squat, sink low. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, warrior two to the daylight. Bend into your left knee, yeah. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right side again. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, sweep it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the room. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, warrior two to the mirror. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, warrior two to the front. Inhale, star burst open. Exhale, horse squat, sink it low. Breathe in, back to star. Breathe out, warrior two to the daylight, right knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, warrior two to the back. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, horse squat, sink it low. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, warrior two to the mirror. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We add on a little bit to our mandala flow. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose. Inhale, fly your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, rise up. Exhale, revolve, crescent twist, hands through heart center. Left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Your back knee can stay lifted. You can drop down to it to focus solely on the twist. Use your elbow to thigh connection to leverage your torso to twist a little bit deeper on each exhale that you take. Pressure between the palms of your hands and all 10 fingers. Shine your heart towards the front of the room. Coming back into our Ujjayi breath. If your back knee is on the ground, lift it up. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up, core strength. Exhale, warrior two, pivot open. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, horse squat, sink low. Option to stay here or both heels lift for quaking horse. An option to stay or add that pulse for an extra layer. Pulse up and down. Awesome job. For 4, just 3, only 2, star pose in, 1, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle to the daylight. So you're gonna first find your warrior two stance, bend into your left knee, then reach your left arm forward and tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12 o'clock. Nice job, yeah. So gaze can go to the back wall or up high towards the ceiling. Feel the twist through your torso. Your left forearm can always rest on your left thigh to help with a little more twist. Feel the twist from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Keep pressure on the outside edge of your right foot. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up and back. Keep your legs as they are. Breathe in. Breathe out, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits. Right leg soars towards the sky, and your body teeter-totters towards your left standing leg. Your hands can rest to the mat. You can go for a balance challenge. One hand or both to your right shin, your right calf. Gaze to your left foot or to the top short edge of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg flies. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, revolve, crescent twist. Left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. So you have options. We've been here before, so you can hold this posture again. Or you can move into revolve flyer. For revolve flyer, you simply extend your arms open. Your left foot walks up and in, and then slowly elevate it up and away from the mat. Your left hand can rest down the entire time, or hover it. Flex your left toes towards your face. Kick your heel up in line with your glute. You feel a twist through your torso as your heart shines towards the back wall. Awesome job with the revolve flyers. Slow and control, we all meet back in revolve crescent, left toes tap. Coming back to our flow, inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, warrior two towards the front of the room. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, horse squat, option for quaking horse, both heels lift. Option to add that pulse in. 4, 3, 2, star pose in, 1, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle towards the mirror. So bend into your left knee, then tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12. Your left forearm can always rest on your thigh. You can keep it extended. Think about lifting up rather than down. So your torso lifts away from your left thigh. Your core is engaged. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, right leg flies. Hands can frame your foot. Option to stay right here or take Shiva squats. We chamber, then kick. Just lower, then lift. Right knee bends behind your left. You can stay here. You can go for the balance challenge, one hand or both to heart center, or maybe you take handstand kick-ups. Plant your palms. As your right knee bends behind your left foot lifts up high away from the mat. It flies. It launches off. Take any variation for 4, just 3. You got this 2. Standing splits in 1, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. This time, runner's lunge on your left leg. So you're just gonna toe heel your left foot to the top left corner of your mat. You're gonna stay in active runner's lunge. So your right knee stays lifted. You can always drop down to it if needed, but we're gonna move into lizard's pose. For lizard's pose, your left arm crawls underneath your left thigh, and it extends as far as it can go. Your right arm crawls out to the side as well, so you're really gonna use that arm to under thigh connection to leverage your hip a little bit more open. And if this is too much, you can always drop down to your back knee. You can take runner's lunge, the restorative posture. That's a totally fine option as well. You can also just hold your active runner's lunge, still opening up through your hip flexor. So any variation is totally cool. It's up to you. If you took lizard, slowly uncrawl your hands, place them back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, 3-legged dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, flip dog. So your right palm is gonna plant to the mat. You're gonna spin both feet towards the daylight. You're gonna keep a bend in your left knee. Your right leg straightens. Left hand reaches towards the front. Shine your heart towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Down dog. Flip back. Nice. We flow this on our left side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, low lunge, sweep it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, rise up. Exhale, revolve, crescent twist. Hands through heart center. Right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Your back knee can stay lifted. You can drop down to it to focus on the twist. It's a perfectly fine option. Keep pushing onto your right toes. So your right heel flies towards the sky. Keep a bend in your left knee. It tracks on top of your ankle. Your right elbow on your left thigh, and use that connection to leverage your torso to twist a little bit deeper from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Coming back to our breath. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up using your core strength. Exhale, warrior 2, pivot open. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, horse squat, sink low. Bring your hands behind your thighs. Oblique dips, just drop it low, down and up. Just a little bit of core work, obliques to fire them on. Your hand can reach to your knee, it can reach down to your ankle. Strong horse squat with your legs. If you want a challenge, you're more than welcome to rise onto your toes for quaking horse with your oblique dips. We're here for 4, just 3, only 2. Star pose in 1. Inhale, star, burst open. Exhale, extended side angle to the daylight. Bend into your right knee, then tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12 o'clock. Your right forearm can rest onto your thigh. It can be extended. You can always take a half bind, left hand to your right hip flexor. Keep shining your heart towards the front. Torso stays lifted away from your right leg. Inhale, reverse warrior, legs stay as they are. Breathe in. Breathe out, cartwheel your hands, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits. Press into your right foot as your left foot flies towards the ceiling. Teeter-totter your body as your heel lifts and kicks higher. Your head, your torso falls closer towards your standing leg. Maybe you go for a balance challenge, one hand or both. Right shin, right calf. Breathe in. Breathe out, low lunge. Inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger pose. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, rise up. Exhale, revolve, crescent twist, hands through heart center. Right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. So you have options on this side. You can stay right here and revolve, crescent twist, or you can move into revolve flyer. For revolve flyer, start by extending your arms open. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you inch your right foot up and in, and as you elevate your right foot up high, your left leg lengthens. Kick your right heel up in line with your glute, flex your toes towards your face. Your right hand can always stay resting on the mat, the ground the entire time, or maybe it hovers for a split second. Try it on, take any expression, any stage to get there. Breathe in. Revolve flyer, slowly land, breathe out. We'll meet back in revolve crescent twist. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up, core strength. Exhale, warrior two to the daylight. Inhale, star pose, burst open. Exhale, horse squat, sink low, hands behind your thighs, oblique dips, drop it low, lift it up, lower, and lift. Maybe you take that quaking horse on. Lift both heels away from the mat. For 4, only 3. We're here for 2. Star pose in 1, inhale, star. Exhale, warrior 2, rather extended side angle towards the front mirror. TikTok your arms to 6 and 12. Feel that twist through your torso. Lengthen and reach long from fingertip to fingertip. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits. Left leg flies. Exhale, Shiva squats. We chamber. Then kick, lower, lift. Left knee moves behind your right. You can stay here. You can go for a balance challenge. One hand or both to heart center. Or maybe you plant your palms. You take those handstand kick-ups. Left knee moves behind your right and your right foot lifts away from the mat. Maybe just a little bit. Awesome job. Love that you're trying it on. We're here for 4. Only 3. You got this 2. Standing splits in 1. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Then active runner's lunge. Toe heel your right foot to the top right corner of your mat. So you have options. You can always go into regular runner's lunge, which is a little more restorative, left knee to the mat. Or if you want a little challenge, you can stay in active runner's lunge, left knee lifted, or we move into lizard. So right arm underneath your right thigh. Crawl your right hand out. Then left hand crawls out long towards the left side. Really find your arm to thigh connection. And use that to open up your right hip a little bit more. Know that you can always roll into the outside edge of your right foot. And then once you have your hands extended, really press into your fingertips so your palms lift up and away from the mat. That's the final expression. Awesome job. If you took lizard, slow and controlled, crawl your hands back underneath your shoulders. Then inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, flip dog. Spin your feet towards the daylight. Left leg stays lengthened. Bend into your right knee. Right hand reaches towards the front mirror. Shine your heart high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Downward dog is where we meet. Just take a breath here. Breath out. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee to your right wrist. Right foot maybe to your left. So you have options here. First, make sure that your foot, toes included, are in a straight line. And you can stay right here on the palms of your hands. You can lower down to your forearms for sleeping pigeon. Or if you want a little bit more of an opener in your hips, you can bend your back knee and reach your right hand back to grab to the pinky side, the outside edge of your foot. And gaze over your shoulder. And maybe you're not able to reach and you just simply kick and hold, or you find that connection. Yeah. And if you took that, slowly release your left foot back to the mat. Plant your palms. Inhale, 3 three-legged dog. Right leg lifts high towards the sky. Take a few bends in and out of your right leg. Invite movement and blood flow in. Downward dog is where we meet. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee to your left wrist, left foot to your right. Drop down to your back knee. Gaze over your right shoulder. Make sure foot toes included are in a straight line. You have options. You can stay right here up on the palms of your hands. You can lower down to your forearms for sleeping pigeon. Or maybe you take that reach again. Left hand back for your foot. So you're going to feel that twist in your torso. And that puts a little bit more opening, a little more pressure into your left hip flexor. Slowly release your right foot to the mat. Come up to the palms of your hands. Tuck your right toes. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Bend in and out of your left leg. Make circles with your knee. Open up through your hip flexors. Let it feel good. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward, high plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down into your belly. Extend your left arm out, left cheek to the mat. Moving into iron cross. Right foot takes over towards your left glute. Maybe your right foot connects, maybe it hovers. Just opening up into our lower back and our shoulders. Slowly come back to center. Right cheek to the mat, extend your right arm out long. Left hand right underneath your left shoulder. Kick your left foot towards your glute. Maybe it connects to the earth, maybe it doesn't. Slowly come back to center. Tuck your toes. Just push up to a tabletop position. Take a seat onto your glutes. Extend your right leg out long to the top right corner of your mat. Left foot to your right, inner thigh. Inhale, reach your hands up high. Exhale, separate leg seated forward fold. Reach for your right foot, your shin, whatever's accessible. You can bend your knee. Send your left shoulder down so both face towards the ground. And let gravity do the work as your torso falls heavy. Slow and controlled on an inhale, rise up. Plant your left palm behind you. Breathe in, gate pose. Shine your heart, your pelvis towards the front of the room. Inhale. Then exhale, lower back down. Your left foot stays as is. Right leg crosses over to the outside of your left thigh. You're going to plant your right palm behind you. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, simple twist. Left elbow to the outside of your right leg. Your gaze can go to the front. It can go over your right shoulder. If you want to take a half bind, right hand to your left hip flexor.
Walk into the ocean just to calm down. I felt so forsaken, felt like I was
Breathe in.
faded.
Breathe out, slowly release, hands plant, uncross your legs. Left leg to the top left corner, right foot to your left inner thigh. Inhale, reach your hands up high. Exhale, separate leg seated forward fold. Hands can go to your foot, your shin, your calf, whatever's accessible. Let your head, your torso fall heavy towards your left leg on each exhale that you take.
Turn away your vision from my
Slowly on an inhale, rise up. Plant your right palm behind you. Breathe in, gate pose. Shine your heart. Push your pelvis forward. Breathe out, lower down. Right foot stays as is. Left leg simply crosses over. Left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Left palm plants behind you. Breathe in, right arm up. Breathe out, simple twist. Right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Gaze towards the back wall or over your left shoulder to the daylight. release and cross your
I felt
legs.
so forsaken.
Extend your arms out long, inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down into your back. Walk your feet up and in towards your glutes so your hands can tickle your heels. Inhale, bridge pose, hips go high. Option to stay here or take a bind, interlace your hands underneath.
I get lonely looking through your eyes.
If you took that bind, slowly release your lower back, your glutes to the mat. Then send your legs up high for legs up the wall. Option to stay here or move into plow pose. Plow pose, your legs simply go overhead. Your hands go to your lower back. Maybe your feet touch the ground or maybe they hover. It all depends on how open your back is, and it varies throughout the day. Option to stay right here in plow pose or moving into our version of class, shoulder stand. So your hands are at your lower back. You're gonna squeeze your legs together, and from plow pose, you're gonna simply extend your legs up, your feet up towards the ceiling as if they were one. Your hips move up, so eventually your hips go over your shoulders to create one long line. Your hands are there for support. You're using your core strength to keep your feet, your legs up high. And if you're in shoulder stand, slow and controlled, bring your knees to your chest, and we all lower back down. Give yourself a neutralizing squeeze, breathe in. Breathe out, happy baby pose. Grab for the inner outer arches of your feet. Seal your tailbone to the mat. An option to sway gently, extend one leg and then the other. Slowly bring your knees back into center. Give yourself the biggest hug, the tightest squeeze. Breathe in. Breathe out, release, Shavasana. Wiggle, move, adjust, and just solely be. These next few moments are solely yours. Ready to reawaken, to start your day. Begin by wiggling your fingertips, your toes, opening, closing your jaw. Take an inhale, reach your hands up high overhead for a full body stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out, roll over to your favorite side. Rest your head on your arm as a pillow. With your opposite hand, push yourself up gently to a seat. Bring your hands to your third eye center. The light, the student, the teacher, the honors and respects. The light, the student, the teacher, each and every one of you. Bowing forward together, we seal this practice. Namaste. Awesome job, everyone. Thanks for joining. As always, if you ever have comments, questions, love to chat. Just really inspired to think class on gratitude. I recently started like a gratitude practice. So like each day just writing 3 things that I'm grateful for. And I can just see like how much it's changed my perspective and like makes me start my day in like a better like perspective. So yeah, encourage you to maybe try something on or something different. But yeah, thanks again.